All right, team, turns!
Take me out on the water,
We eat fishy.
way out in the woods, where the breathing is easy, the living is good.
All you can do is just laugh.
Out in the great
Larry Smith Outdoors is brought to you in part by Badger Sportsman, Bartline Barrels, Warrior Boats, Wilderness North Lodge, Big Snow Resort, Hard and Soft Fishing, Suzuki, Lynch of McGuanago, Dick Smith's Bait and Tackle, Wings Over Wisconsin, Kamick Law Firm, Deep Freeze, Cold Snap, Otter, Norm's Egg, and Jiffy.
And remember, it's a great day to be alive.
out in the great outdoors.
Holy moly. Look at this thing. How are you gonna go fishing when it doesn't even want to take your money? Right? Whose bright idea was this thing? Son of a buck! It ate all my dollar bills! And look, it didn't even give me the thing. You gotta be kidding me. Look at it. I'm glad I live up in Oshkosh, I can tell you that one. That son of a freaking ate all my dollar bills, and then because I couldn't find a 5 to go in there in time, it erased them all. My Madison flag right here. Hey, welcome to Larry Smith Outdoors. This week we're up on the Madison Chain and we're fishing with our good friend Kevin Fassbind. And I hope I pronounced your last name right, Kevin. Yep.
It's good enough.
Good enough. Hey, I'll tell you, you know what? You and me are big plastics guys, and you are more of an artificial guy than I am by far because you're a bass guy. And today we're going to start off fishing for bluegills, and then we're going to do some bass fishing afterwards, huh? Is there any walleyes in any of these lakes?
There's a few walleyes, but we're probably not going to be in their zip code.
Are you kidding me? So we're not going to fish walleyes today? Hey, I'll tell you, tell us what we're going to be doing now. This is Mud Lake, right?
Right.
Okay. We're up here on Mud Lake, and tell us, I guess, what kind of presentation we're going to be working with.
We're looking for some of the really nice bluegills that have come up shallow this time of year. There's some fish on bed, some swimming around, and there's some really good fish in this chain, some really good panfish. We're going to try to target them. We're going to be using some Kalin's 2-inch crappie scrubs and see if that does the trick. We're going to be fishing a lot of Kalin's hard and soft fishing Kalin's baits today,
which is a big sponsor, yours and mine. Yep.
So we're gonna put this stuff to the test, and hopefully we get them.
You know, you're making me a little nervous. We were going through that channel there, and you were up there casting for bass, and you were flipping around poles and getting underneath them trees. You know what? If it comes to that kind of fishing, I got a feeling I'm in deep trouble, Kevin.
I was wondering how adept you were at that, so we'll see. We'll give you a little precursor and you'll be fine.
Right, well, I'm just telling you, if you start out fishing me too much, I'm gonna give you a rod with about 10 feet of line so you can't get all the way up in there. Hey, let's see what happens today out on the Madison Chain. And now, we're gonna be fishing how many different lakes on this chain?
We're gonna try 3. You know, we got kind of a short day going right now, but we'll see if we can get her done.
Okay. All right, let's see what happens here today. Awesome day. Finally, after
Yeah.
cold front, warm back up. You think these gills are going to be still on the beds? It's getting pretty late, isn't it?
Yeah, they should be. Some of these lakes are pretty deep. We'll go to the lake north of here, Lake Monona. That's a lot deeper. It's 80 feet deep, and that tends to have a later spawn. If we don't get them here, we'll go look there.
That's kind of nice when you got such a variety of different lakes here. This is a real shallow body of water here, right? I mean, I didn't see anything that I couldn't see the bottom for the most part.
Actually, it used to be, but they dredged it out. This belt line in the background, you see cars running on?
Yeah.
They took fill out of this lake. It used to just be an 8-foot flat.
Right.
Now it's 24 feet deep in this pretty decent sized hole. And there's a lot of neat points and edges, and that's what makes this lake kind of neat to fish.
Awesome, I'm excited. Hey, let's get fishing.
The Warrior story continues with the best tracking, driest ride in the industry. designed with a high degree of dead rise and bow flare to push water out and down for a smooth, dry, comfortable ride. The smart trolling keel limits bow drift for enhanced boat control in the wind, and with a lifetime hull warranty, Warrior boats are built to last. Warrior Boats, a legend reborn.
Badger Sportsman Magazine, Wisconsin's premier outdoor magazine. Fishing and hunting in Wisconsin, written by outdoor enthusiasts from Wisconsin. Each issue features timely fishing and hunting articles from experts across the state. Badger Sportsman Magazine will help you make the most out of your time in the woods or on the water. Subscribe to Badger Sportsman Magazine today.
Hey folks, the Badger Sportsman Magazine wants to see a picture of you having fun in the outdoors. And to have a chance to win a trip with us here on Larry Smith Outdoors and a hard and soft water fishing kit, all you have to do is submit that picture to thebadgersportsman.com. No, Kevin, what are you saying that is? How do you know that's bass fry?
Just because, well,
You can tell just the way the swarm is?
because I worked in fisheries on and off for 10 years and I know quite a bit about that stuff. But
Okay.
yeah, I just know they're bass fry just by the way they're positioned in the water. They're grouped tight, and the
Okay.
male will usually take care of them. It's unusual to not see a male swimming around them right now at that size.
Really? So the male actually, I didn't know that. So
Yep.
the male actually, is that in smallmouth and largemouth,
Yes.
or just largemouth?
Smallmouth typically won't guard them as long. They tend to spawn in areas
Okay.
that don't let the fry stay together. You know,
Right.
there are a lot of washed areas, but in areas where it's where there's not much wave action, there's a lot of weeds.
Yep.
They'll stick together like that they'll probably follow them around for a week or two.
Holy cats. Huh. That's interesting how that goes like that. Huh. A bass fisherman catching bluegills?
I had fun with bluegills. Use a
There you- oh.
9-foot noodle rod.
That's a nice gill right there. Now you caught that on that scrub, huh?
Yeah, I got that on that 2-inch crappie scrub from Kalin's.
And you said, I was catching them small ones. You said if
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a good one, it's gonna be a good one if I catch it on that scrub.
Sunny.
Got a sunny. Whew, he swallowed that sucker too. I know I can do better than this. What?
No, yeah, it's a bass.
You catch another one on that scrub,
No,
hey.
it's a crappie.
It's a crappie?
It's a good one.
Oh, that's a beautiful, Kevin. And that's what you're using. That scrub is a crappie bait.
That's
hey,
the first crappie I caught out here.
oh, dang it, I want one of them scrubs. Are you serious?
They must
You
be.
catch one more.
They must be drawn to that scrub because that's the first crappie I've caught on this lake all year.
You know, up on the Wolf, we use that scrub all the time, and we did a
That's a
show
nice
last
fish.
fall and just crushed them. Nice fish. That's Matt Pachonic's old bass boat. See it up there? What the heck is with that mallard?
I think it's in love.
That is so goofy. There's a decent fish right here. Got him on the scrub. You got one too?
Yep. He's under the boat.
We snuck up in this little channel here, and I tell you, nice bluegill right there. Gotta love that.
Oh, you see a bass chasing that thing?
No, oh yeah,
Oh,
I do. That.
just hit a bass chasing
Chasing
this
the gill,
bluegill.
that was cool.
They're nice. 7.5, 7.75.
Oh, looks like a little better one, or
Yeah.
not?
He's not bad, but
Yeah,
yeah, he's about a
Yeah.
7-incher.
7-inch.
They're liking this shade along this bank right here. There's a lot of them tucked in there, but
We haven't had much shade
there's some
lately.
nicer fish in there, but they haven't bit our baits yet.
That's a nice fish. Here we go. Boy, that's a little better one. I love this rod too. I just threw up there and turned my head. Pretty fish. I don't care what's biting as long as something's pulling on the other end. I'm a happy camper. Kevin,
That looks like a little, oh, that's a nice gill. That's a nice gill anywhere.
That's why you fish the Madison chain right there.
That's a nice gill. Boy, they're pretty fish too.
8-incher, solid fish. Look at how high they are. They're really high and wide here.
Kalin's has been catching multi-species fish for over 30 years. From our crappie grubs, to our seismic series of hybrid swim baits and grubs, to our jerk minnows.
You can't see that jerk minnow, can you?
To our garlic and salt impregnated wacko worm.
Or that's a Kalin's wacko.
Our premium line of Kalin jig heads. Oh, and our original Kalin's grub still does a pretty good job too.
Fish, look at that Kalin's in her mouth right there.
Patrick, what are you doing out here?
Mark, I'm going fishing this weekend, but with this massive selection of trucks, I can't figure out which one to take.
The brand new Lynch McGuanago stores have a massive selection of brand new Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram trucks, cars, vans, and SUVs. Make your next stop at the all-new state-of-the-art Lynch McGuanago dealerships today.
Nobody sells for less than Lynch.
You know things are really getting bad when an Oreo cookie, look at this, look how thin that is. That's it.
The bait of choice. If you're fishing this hard cover, you want something that lands soft, falls slow, but not too slow, and is heavy enough to cast. These are the deal.
Hey, hey, hey. Now that one was laying tight up.
Yeah, it was a little tighter in the dock.
Shore.
Can't show the Kalin's wacko worm because he shook it, but
there is no Kalin's, it's gone.
All right, well, we've been at this for about 5 minutes and hopefully they get a little bigger.
Yeah, nice. They're all fun fish. I love catching bass. Doing some bass fishing, bluegill fishing up on the Madison Chain. Yeah, something different. We do a lot of different things. It's kind of nice. Not always fishing walleyes. Nice job, Kevin. Nice, nice fish. Boy, I tell you, that is amazing. Nice fish. That's a big pig. Nice fish.
Not used to these high sides. Got him.
Nice
that was
fish.
funny. Fishing down this stretch of docks here.
That's
I look out to my right and I just see this bad boy cruising around. And that's the power of these stick baits, is these wacko worm baits made by Kalin's, is that they're so subtle that you can throw them right on top of the fish. It's really close and they really don't know what's going on, and it gives them time to react to it. That bait probably sunk for probably 3-4 seconds before that fish finally turned back around and said, I gotta have it.
Nice,
Kalin's
very
wacko
nice.
worm right there.
Very nice. Hey Kevin, you caught 3 like that now. Rig me up that way. Now you're rigging this, what are you calling this, Texas style?
Yeah, this is Texas rig.
Okay, now.
And I use a pretty fine wire hook. It's a lot smaller. I believe the most important thing about hooking a fish is getting the barb, and a lot of guys want a big, strong hook.
Okay.
I want a hook that can take it, but it's thin and wire and has a decent barb on it. This thing has never bent out of me in a bunch of fish I've caught, so it's about as small as I'll go.
So how are you rigging that? You're going right through that wacko
Right
worm.
through the front, just pull about a 1/4 inch in.
Yep.
Turn it back around.
Kind of do it slow so everybody can see it, yep. Yep.
Works better on line because I like to bury the knot with the rubber. That protects the knot a little bit, but until we get it tied on, we can pull it back a little bit. But then just, I like, a lot of guys might keep it in the worm. I like it to lay right on top
so
like
it's
that.
weedless, huh?
Yeah. Yep. And these worms are stiff enough that even casting it hard, it usually stays right there and it's totally snag proof.
Awesome.
Which is great for fishing around some of this hard cover.
Game on.
Nice to meet you. I'm Bo.
Well, nice to meet you guys. So you guys can't just fish the day away? You got to actually go back and do some community service, huh?
Meetings and stuff this morning, so
Yeah.
I just got out.
Looks like you might have a whack worm on there.
Yeah, sure do.
Yo, hey, I just cast it up there, Kevin. What the heck? Oh, you're killing me.
I told you to
Wow, I just cast it underneath it. Hey, we were just talking to the guys from the Badger football
take.
team.
It's got a nice build to it.
Just like them guys, you see that? I wouldn't want to get in a tussle with them. I saw them coming down the docks, I'm moving right over.
Yeah, I was gonna say, hey, you're on my spot, but I decided not to.
No, I think that was a wise thing. Some good guys, though. You know, it's great to see. That's a nice fish, too. Boy, I tell you, it's nice to see these guys that play football still like to fish, too. So that's awesome. You know what? I can't believe some guys that play for the Badger football team watch our show. That's awesome. I didn't know football players fish, too. Jeez, and watch our show.
Shotgun Steve Schaefer in the kitchen today. I got a special guest. Her name is Brittany Cron, and she works on desserts. She's going to show us a few things she makes, and she's got a specialty, two specialties, matter of fact, for Larry that's going to knock his socks off. Talk to me what you do, Brittany.
Well, I make cakes, cupcakes, cakes, and I have here 4th of July cupcakes for today.
Nice.
And
let's see. So you say when you squeeze it, there's 3 different frostings come out at the same time.
that's right. I make a big bag and I put 3 little bags inside, and then when you squeeze it, it comes out all together like this.
So now is a cupcake on a turntable, or you do it by hand and just spit? That's way too steady for me. I'm like, You know what the best part of this is? This cupcake, what is this? One bite for Larry, just it's gone. It's like, he eats like a dog. So, so show us some of the things you make that puts you different from like a grocery store or something.
Well, there's a little bit more free range with creativity. I got some wedding cakes here.
That you did all by yourself without...
All freehand.
Freehand.
Yeah.
Whoa. Were you an artist in school or something before?
Yeah, I took some art classes
Okay.
and then kind of
All right.
transferred it onto the cakes.
Yeah, look at these ones. Holy cows, that is sharp.
Thank you. And then in the back here, I have some birthday cakes.
Slow down. Oh, what is that, Mickey Mouse?
Mini.
Mini?
Yeah.
A purse?
Uh-huh. Louis Vuitton purse.
Oh, can you, Larry, can you imagine wrapping your lips around some Louis Vuitton purse? Well, good. Well, how can we get a hold of you if someone's looking to have a cake made or cupcakes or?
Well, I created this little poster for today. It has my phone number, email address, and you can look me up on Facebook with Cakes by Brittany.
Nice. And let's see, what kind of specialty you got for the boss man, Mr. Larry?
Well, I got something pretty special.
Oh, look at that.
It's just for Larry, though.
Larry Smith Outdoors. I don't know if that'll fit in a boat. Caveman, what do you think? You think you could have that in a boat?
He'd have that gone in 2 bites.
Nice job on the demonstrating and everything.
Thank you.
Let's try your cupcakes.
Okay.
I gotta see what the difference is between yours and everybody else's. All right, ready to dig in? Oh, you take the whole wrapper off? Yeah. Ready? Oh my God, you're a girl. You're covering your mouth up. From Larry Smith Outdoors, I'm Shotgun Steve Schaefer. Ooh, that's some nice frosting.
Thank you.
Should I clean my mouth off too? Okay. Larry, you're missing out again, brother. Hey, one bite, I said, not the whole thing.
The Badger Sportsman is the magazine for outdoors in Wisconsin. Not a subscriber? Now is the time. You won't want to miss a single issue. It's packed full of everything you need to know for open water success, no matter what species you're targeting. For availability in your area and subscription information, check out badgersportsman.com today.
That is what it's all about.
A push mower on a rope?
That's the way I think you'd have to do it.
I never even thought about it.
I don't know, I'd like to see him mow that. You dog, you, Kevin. Oh, it's a nice fish, too. You were absolutely killing me. Hey, I had the first shot in on that dock again, and it didn't work for me. Come on. You got the same color I got on?
Yeah, like green pumpkin magic. Kalin's wacko.
I'll tell you, that's where being
Every time.
precise caster comes in. That is a nice fish. Boy, all of a sudden things are lighting up, Kevin. The warrior world's coming alive.
Hey, how come you're not catching anything?
This is not my time yet. Not my time.
What time is that so I can set my alarm?
Hey, good things happen to those who wait. Hey, come on! I just cast it in there. Are you kidding me, dude? I just cast it right there. Something's going on. Oh,
Didn't get deep enough.
Isn't that something? He made it in there about 3 foot farther than I did, and he caught the fish.
I don't care. They're still fun at that size.
Oh, I'd take one that's that size any day of the week. Oh, that's just not right. I mean, you got 3 feet underneath that dock farther than I got. So you were almost to the front of that pontoon right there. I got 3/4 of the way in there. See how much of a difference it makes? That's just not right.
Film that failure.
Yeah. Huh. That'll fix you for out fishing me.
Better when I was younger and I could see the eye of the hook. Got one hit, Larry? I'm back.
Keep tying. Keep tying.
He's already done.
That's just not right. He's still got young eyes.
No, I don't.
My eyes are getting bad. I'm a little bit older.
Your old eyes couldn't tell that wasn't a fish.
Hey, what did Kevin say? It smells fishy around here and swing on everything. What is the deal? Oh, are you kidding me? I can't believe this. This is like 20-0 so far.
That's a practice one there.
Hey, Kevin, don't you know who I think I am? Yeah.
Probably the same person I think I am.
What am I doing wrong? Trying to figure it out. Oh, yeah!
All right.
Well, finally.
There you go, Larry.
It's not a monster, but it's a fish.
That's a good fish.
Yeah. I got one. Oh, these are good fighters. Gotta love it. You know, so used to walleye fishing all the time. That's the deal, Kevin. You know, I still got all this walleye magic on my hands from the last couple days on bagel that finally I got to touch this bass a little bit. Yeah.
Just take me walleye fishing sometime, get revenge.
Right. No, I don't think so.
There's some more bass under there.
There's probably about 30 of them underneath there if I caught one. I got one finally. Cute little bass. I like that. Oh, are you kidding me? That's my dock. Oh.
More under there, Larry.
Oh, whatever.
Fun size. Day like today, throwing soft plastic like Kalin Wackos, catch them like this, perfect day.
Awesome. Hey, I got one. Now watch out. Kevin Van Dam Jr. has arrived. Okay, maybe I'd be senior. He's a little bit younger than I am.
Hey, speaking of which, have you been dyeing your hair?
What are you talking about? Warrior World. It's a good place to be. You catch one more, I'm going to be hooking up that seismic grub, I'll tell you that.
Started fishing the drop shot in the seismic grub, and you know, it's not a giant, but
right.
It's about the 10th cast with it, so we're hoping.
That's not too
things get
shabby.
better. Sign of things to come.
Hey, Kevin, what's that building in front of you, that house in front of you with a big flag? That's
the governor's mansion.
Right there. That's where our governor lives?
Yeah, we'll just go up and see if we can catch a fish on his dock after we get that fish in his hole.
Right.
It's a big one, dude.
Oh, it's a big fish. This is a big fish. I'm gonna back my drag off a little bit. Oh, I only got 10 pounds. What do you bass guys run, like 110? Right?
Yeah, 14's a lot different than 10 when you got a fish like that.
Oh, look, there he is, right there. He's
big one.
Look at the size of that bass. There he goes. Look at him. Oh. Here he comes again. I thought you bass guys always just flip them right in, but
don't you worry about that, buddy.
We don't need no nut. See how that goes? That's a nice fish.
There you go, buddy.
Kevin. Wow. Look at that. That is absolutely a tank. Gotta love it. You know what? The old Kalin's comes through again. Hey Kevin, thanks for a great day. You know what? It's the first time I've ever fished the Madison Chain. It looks like a great body of water. We had a lot of fun, like we always do. And you know what? I learned a lot about fishing smallmouth and largemouth, and that to me is the most important thing. Again, when it comes to fishing, you're always learning. Hey, and I hope everybody loves our show and appreciate you watching it. And just remember, it's a great day to be alive. If we went over in front of the governor's mansion, and if he was home, I pulled out a sun drop and a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, I'll guarantee you, as soon as he saw, because the sun's at the perfect angle, saw that glimmer off that sun drop bottle, I'll guarantee you he'd be out on his dock. Hey, what are you guys catching? I only have one sun drop left. And sorry to say, I'm not sharing it with any governor. I don't even know if I would share my last sun drop with Jennifer Lopez.
You think by drinking that you wouldn't have to dye your hair?
What are you talking about? What would make you think that I would dye my hair? That's what women do.